Vineyard, happy Wednesday. Oh man, we are already in February, and we know that tomorrow that vermin Puxatawny Phil will pop out of his hole, see his shadow, and retreat like the coward that he is. So we know that we've got to prepare for at least 6 more weeks of winter. I do think, though, that if we were to send a Montana groundhog to do the work of that East Coast slacker, we might actually see an early spring, but I digress. Now, small group signups, we are winding these down. So if you haven't gotten signed up, take a look at the lineup, get squared away. These groups are going to get going real soon, so check them out and head over to the groups page, get signed up for the way that you'd like to spend your February, March, and April. Also, this Sunday, we are kicking off a new connection point, the first Sunday of the month. We're going to call Sandwich Sunday. This is right after worship together. We're going to have lunch. We're going to relax, have some family time. There's not going to be any meeting or agenda, just food. And you think about all the different ways that we can define sandwich. We're just going to have good food together and hang out. We hang out anyway after church. Now at least we'll get fed. My hope is that this becomes a regular part of our rhythm. And it also becomes a connection point as we grow together. Now, as we continue our series in the Gospel of John, we're looking for the thread of glory in the text, and we're defining glory as that weighty felt presence of God. As the narrative unfolds, we see another layer develop in the teachings of Jesus that kind of take us beyond our experience and offers that next level of glory. It takes beyond what we actually feel, and we step into another level of the presence of God. In John chapter 5, we see Jesus say this. So Jesus explained, I tell the truth, the Son can do nothing by himself. He does only what he sees the Father doing. Whatever the Father does, the Son also does. For the Father loves the Son and shows him everything he is doing. In fact, the Father will show him how to do even greater works than healing this man. Then you'll truly be astonished, for just as the Father gives life to those he raises from the dead, so the Son gives life to anyone he wants. In addition, the Father judges no one. Instead, he has given the Son absolute authority to judge, so that everyone will honor the Son just as they honor the Father. Anyone who does not honor the Son is certainly not honoring the Father who sent him. Now, this happens right after Jesus heals the dude that's been paralyzed for 38 years, and the religious folks are pressing Jesus. They're trying to understand what they're seeing. They want to find something that will allow them to discredit Jesus, to help their paradigm of control remain intact. They don't want to face the reality that their worldview is being proven false right in front of their eyes. Jesus makes an important point here as he's doing this, one that is passed on to us as the chosen, adopted children of God. In explaining the demonstrations of glory, explaining the signs and wonders that allow people to feel that weighty felt presence of God, Jesus points out that nothing he is doing is self-initiated. Nothing he is doing is for his own well-being. Nothing he is doing actually improves his place in life. The Father directs the Son, so the signs and wonders that are occurring are really nothing more than displays of obedience. A son doing what the Father taught him to do. Now, again, none of these are improving his life. They're actually making it much more difficult for Jesus. What he's doing is taking the presence he knows and providing context for others to know that presence as well. So, a takeaway for us is that as the chosen children of the Father, we're called to do and only do what the Father is doing. We're called to take the weighty felt presence of God and display it for those that we see in the time between the Sundays. Not to further our own will, but to be in loving submission to his will. So together, let's take a moment this week, especially as this week winds down, to prayerfully consider where God has put us in the time between the Sundays and what it looks like to continue doing the stuff that Jesus did, which is doing the stuff that we see the Father do. This is when we are the church, when we are the body of the Messiah, when we are the activity of the Most High God, when we step into the family business and share the glory of the risen King. Vineyard, please pray for me and know that I am praying for you as we look to share this weighty felt presence of God, and I will see you on Sunday.